Hi, everybody. This is going to be about the MetaView app that is used in conjunction with the smart glasses, and it might be a longer video. Um, I don't know if I'll divide it up into two parts or what, but I just have a feeling because there's kind of a lot in the app, even though it's pretty straightforward. Just for you newbies out there that would like a little more guidance on it, I thought I would make a video. Um, and Before I get into it, though, I just want to quickly mention my recent videos that you should take a look at. I went to a art museum slash gallery slash store called Prairie Edge recently, and it was really cool. I went with my daughter and we explored the various things they had there, a lot of which were accessible using many of our senses, other than sight, of course. Um, and I also did one about my political thinking lately as a centrist and how it has kind of evolved and just some of the general principles I try to live by, which is kind of important at this time of year, especially. So I'd really love to hear anyone else's feedback on what you think about what I said in that video. So check it out. Um, the name of the channel is Gliding Through Blindness, and this weekend I will be visiting my sister, and I plan to use my glasses in the airport, and I'll take some videos with my other phone. I'll probably use Ira on my glasses, so that'll be cool. I hope that all works out so I can do a video of all that for you guys. And I'm sure I'll have a great time at my sister's, playing music and meeting her new friends in her new town. And we'll probably do a convos with Kim, hopefully, while I'm there, which is always fascinating and cool. And so, yeah, be watching for all of that in the days ahead. Um, and so, for those that don't know, I'm the admin of a group that has nearly 1,800 members already, which is pretty crazy to think about. It's called Blind Users of Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. So you can find that on Facebook, and it's a very active group, which I'm very glad about because I could never answer all the questions, etc. myself. I usually try to check in at least once a day and just read through the various posts to make sure nobody has gotten ignored or whatever, and to make sure all the questions are getting answered. And usually, if I see there's like 7 or 10 comments, I'll just go, okay, yeah, this has been addressed. I don't have to worry about it, and go on to the next one because, yeah, a lot of people are interested in learning more about the glasses before they buy them, which I think is very smart. And I did. In fact, one of my most popular video by far, it has like 3,000 views or something the last time I checked, is just where I told about my what I love about the glasses. It wasn't even meant to be a tutorial or anything, but I recorded that way back in May when I first got them, and created the group shortly after that. In fact, I created my YouTube channel largely because of the glasses. It was just I would love the thought of being able to take video as a totally blind person. And even though you can only do it in 3 minute segments, so it's a lot of work to like merge the videos into one and all that. But for me, it's worth it because I'm like doing this now. This is what I do. I'm a YouTuber these days, and so that was what initially got my interest in the smart glasses and why I purchased them. But I just love all the things that we as blind people can do with them. Like being able to call a friend or family member and let them see the view through your glasses, or have them describe what they see. And in spite of all the flaws and glitches and hallucinations, sometimes, as long as you have a realistic outlook ahead of time of what you'll be getting with them, like they don't read text verbatim usually. And I mean, sometimes you can coax them to with the correct prompts and whatnot, but um, I just love the fact that you can call Ira with them, and now Be My Eyes is even partnering with them, and you can call them hands free with just your voice, which is so cool. I mean, people just don't realize, I didn't even realize the full extent of what being hands free, how useful that is and how convenient. I mean, because even though a lot of these things we can do with apps on your phone, just the ability to do them hands free so quickly is just a game changer, I think, in a lot of ways, and the price, of course, can't be beat. And so with that, I'm going to get right into the app here, and I have an Android phone, so your voiceover, if you have an iPhone, might be a little different in how it speaks certain things or whatever, but overall, I think it will translate over quite well, regardless of what phone you have. And I'm going to be turning my computer sideways in a minute here because I'm just recording this on my PC webcam. And a lot of these tutorials, I like to use my glasses and record that way. But for this particular one, that wouldn't really work because you can't record video and hear voiceover at the same time. I think there is probably a way to reroute it and stuff, but I didn't really want to do that because for most cases, I like hearing the voiceover through the glasses. So that's why I'm not using the glasses for this video. But I'm just going to turn my computer so that I can hold my phone more comfortably in front of the webcam, hopefully. And it's going to be mainly for blind people, but I did want to still show what I'm doing on the screen if possible, so that if you have partial vision or um, if you're with a sighted person that's like assisting you or whatever, they can kind of see what's going on. But you guys will have to give me feedback as to how this goes, whether you can see my phone clearly on my webcam and if I should hold it closer next time or further away or etc. etc. And so anyway, you'll have to install the MetaView app from the iPhone, the Play Store or the App Store, because your glasses will not work otherwise, and they need the app on your phone, and they need to be near your phone when you're using them. And so I'm not going to repeat a lot of what's been said on other videos that people have made, but I haven't seen much discussion of just the MetaView app, so that's why I thought I would do this video. And I just want you to know, though, that I did set up my glasses completely independently, so the app is pretty accessible. And we have a lot of uses for these glasses, and I'm glad they were easy to set up. So the video might kind of give you the impression that, oh, there's a lot to this, and it might make you think it's more difficult than it is. But it's really pretty straightforward, and sometimes a video just kind of gives a wrong expression because it takes longer to like explain something than to actually do it. But so let me just make sure I have all my notes out of the way that I wanted to say before I go to the app here, because once I start that, I don't really think I'll need notes really. I'll just swipe, and as I swipe and encounter things, I'll kind of explain them and go through it that way. So try to line this up so I know where the webcam is here. Okay, and now I will turn on my phone.
2:56 p.m. Device unlocked. Settings. We couldn't find your glasses. Make sure they're charged. Ray-Ban Meta Wayfarer. Not need help. Button.
Okay, and I'm in the MetaView app already.
We couldn't find your glasses. We couldn't find your glasses. Ray-Ban Meta Wayfarer. Not connect. Need help. Button. We couldn't find your glasses.
Okay.
Make sure they're charged. Powered on and nearby. Back. Button. Window navigation bar. One UI home. MetaView.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna close out of it though because
Settings.
I tried to prepare, and sometimes with these glasses they'll say I couldn't find your glasses and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna close out of everything because I do have two pairs of glasses hooked up to my MetaView app as well. But sometimes if you haven't used them for a while and they've just been in your case, they'll kind of lose connection, even though it might say it's connected, but yet it will say I can't find your glasses. So if it does that again, I will just go ahead and put on my glasses really quick, and then it will connect to them, and then I can put them away, and then
learn and explore. Heading.
Yeah.
See all. Learn and notifications button. Learn and see Ask Meta.
So I want to go to the settings here, but first I'll just tell you really quickly that there are 4 tabs at the bottom of your screen. And for me, as an Android user, it's not the very bottom row because that's always like recents and home and back button and all that. But right above that is going to be 4 tabs that you will see on every screen of the MetaView app. And
Selected. Home. Tab.
they are home, and it said selected home. So that means that's what is focused right now, and that's where we are in the app.
Gallery. Tab.
But then the next one is gallery, and that's where your pictures and videos and stuff like that are
Share your view
stored.
on a video call button.
Um,
AI responses. Tab. Share your view on a video call button. AI
okay,
responses.
I'm
Tab.
accidentally swiping upward to what's some of the stuff in this home app,
Gallery.
but so just ignore that. Maybe I should turn this up a little bit. Although, yeah, that might be more distracting. Okay, so we'll just go on to the third. I'll just tell you here really quick what the third tab is. Then we'll go through each of them. AI responses.
Settings. Tab.
And then settings, which is where we'll probably spend most of our time. So like I said, as you're swiping along, if you hear any of these tabs, which sometimes as a new user it might be kind of confusing because like in the settings there's something called gallery, which is your gallery settings, but then I think that's for me anyway, it says gallery button. But if I hear it say gallery tab, I know I'm actually in the tab where you store your pictures and videos and not in the settings for the gallery. So yeah, it's kind of you can kind of get lost at first as a new user. At least I did until you're familiar with it. But of course, once you learn it all, it's a piece of cake pretty much. But
Gallery tab.
So once again, those 4 tabs are home, gallery, AI responses, which is where it keeps a record if you give it permission to like all the things that you talk to it about and all its things it answers. You can go back and get a history of all that.
Share your view on a video call button.
Oops,
Settings,
I
tab.
keep accidentally swiping up there. But then the last one is
Settings,
settings. So whenever you hear either of those any of those 4 tabs, you will know that you are that's all that is on the current screen. And you can go back because there's like a back button in the app itself to go back to your previous screen.
Gallery tab.
So yeah, home, gallery, AI responses, and settings are the 4 tabs that's on every screen. So right now we're in the home one, so that is what you'll probably be on when you first set up your glasses. It's been a while since I've set mine up, so I don't remember exactly how it all went. But when it does mention light, like when you pair your glasses, it says like, wait till the light turns this color, and you can just basically ignore that. Basically just wait like 5 or 7 seconds or whatever, and that will be enough time. You can just assume at that point that the light has turned whatever color.
Learn and explore. Heading. See all.
And so yeah, I'm going to start at the beginning here.
Settings, tab. Notifications button.
So there's the notifications button, which if there were any notifications in here, it would have said like 2 or 3, however many notifications were in there.
Learn and explore.
And then there's Learn and Explore, which is a setting, and under that is See All. So I'll go ahead and double tap on that.
Learn and explore. Selected. Ray-Ban Meta tab. Ray-Ban Meta tab. Ask Meta AI about what you see button.
Okay, so I could explore more about that.
Ray-Ban Meta tab. Ask Meta AI about what you see.
Ask Meta about what you see and
close button. Meta AI heading. Ask Meta AI about what you see heading. Use your camera to get information or suggestions, text translations, and more. Just say, see what you can say button.
And then there's a button where you can see what you can say, but you can all kind of do some of this yourself. And I don't want this to drag on too long, so I'm just I just wanted you to see though that this is where you can go to get some ideas on the things you can ask your glasses.
Continue button.
And then there's a continue button.
Close button.
Because
I'm
taking the tour here.
Learn how to use Meta AI heading. Put on your glasses. Detecting progress bar. Skip the tour. This tour is...
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and skip the tour now because this is for when you're first setting up the glasses.
You can access. Yes, skip button.
Yes, skip.
Home. Now you're ready to see what you can say button. Done button.
Done.
Page 3 of 4. AI responses. Search button.
Meta
AI ellipses icon button. October 25th. Heading.
Okay, so
Look and tell me what this says. This appears to be a sign indicating that this is an area where smoking is not allowed. The text on the sign.
okay, so now I went to AI responses. I didn't really do that intentionally, but yeah, this is just the place where you can go to get a record of the various things that the conversations you had with your glasses.
Settings tab. Selected. AI gallery tab.
So
home tab.
I'm going
Look and tell me what this says. Look and tell me what this says. Look and tell me what this says. This sign says no smoking. Look and tell me what this says.
Back out of this.
I don't see any text in the.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to my
selected AI responses. Look and tell me what this says. This appears to be a home. Look at gallery tab. Selected AI responses tab.
I'm going to go to the settings actually, because everything that you want to adjust or whatever you can do from there. So I think that's really the most important tab, other than like if you took some photos or videos, you can go to your gallery and it will say most recent, and then it will start uploading them.
Search button. Settings heading.
But most of that stuff, like I said, there's a lot of other videos that other blind people have done that you can just do a Google search or a YouTube search or whatever and find some of those. And I don't really want this to be a repeat of that. So the thing that most videos have not really covered in great detail are the settings.
Add device button. Ray-Ban Meta Styler connected. Glasses battery 100% and not. We couldn't find your glasses.
So
Ray-Ban Meta Styler.
Yeah, it's gonna be finicky and say we couldn't find your glasses. So I'm just gonna put them on really quick so that it can find them. And then you will. I'm just going to basically go through it screen by screen, and then we'll make sure, because that's what you want to do, is make sure that you have thoroughly set them up and not skipped anything, because sometimes that's why some of you, I think, are having difficulty. Like you'll say that it's not doing something, and it might just be that you haven't totally gone through everything, even though you think you may have, because that's what can be tricky about these sometimes. Just to make sure that you have gone through everything. So, okay, now they should be connected.
Ray-Ban Meta Styler connected.
Yep, my Skylers. Okay.
Ray-Ban Meta settings heading. Your glasses button.
So the first one, if I double tap on my Skylers, which I did,
your glasses button.
Your glasses. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to explore.
Your glasses heading. Updates button.
And that's where you can update.
General button.
And then there's general.
Gestures button.
Gestures.
Notification LED brightness button. Wear detection.
Notification and wear detection. Like if and most of these will be set by default the way that is best.
On wear detection. Microphone troubleshooting. Home tab.
And then there's microphone troubleshooting. Like if you if somebody when you're on a call can't hear you very well, or if your video sounds garbled, if you recorded a video, then that you might want to adjust that.
Notification, gestures, button, general, button, updates, button, your glasses, heading.
So I'm just trying to think how much I should dig into all this. But if you want me to do a more in-depth video later, I guess for now I'll just do an overview and you guys can let me know.
Your glasses, heading.
So that's what is in there. So whenever I find now I'm going to go to the back button because I explored all that.
Ray-Ban Meta settings. Your glasses button.
So that was your glasses.
Glasses privacy.
Next is glasses privacy.
Meta glasses privacy button.
If I go into there, you can basically set it to how much you want to share with Meta and all that kind of stuff.
See how voice storage button. View privacy site. See how Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses are built for your privacy and the privacy of others. Button.
So that's more like reading about their privacy.
See your privacy settings and learn to use your glasses more securely. Button. Glasses privacy heading.
So if you're worried about security and all that type of stuff, you can learn about more and set it accordingly. But just be aware that you'll have fewer features the less information you give it.
Activity log button.
Activity logs, auto log contacts. Okay, see now it said now it's saying home, so now I know it's going to show me those 4 tabs that I told you about at the beginning of the video. Home, gallery, AI,
selected, settings, tab.
Settings, and it's saying that's selected because we know we're in our settings. So now I'm going to go to the back button again.
Ray-Ban Meta settings. Your glasses button.
So we did your glasses,
Glasses privacy.
privacy.
Meta AI.
The
Button.
next one is Meta AI.
Back button.
Here's what's all in
Meta AI.
there.
Heading. Use Meta AI to get information about what you see and control your glasses with your voice. Meta AI. Heading. On. Meta AI. Switch. Hey Meta. Preferences button.
And
Camera
there's
use.
the
Heading.
preferences in there.
Hey Meta. Preferences button.
Um,
Camera use. Heading.
camera use.
When you interact with Meta AI, an image may be taken. On. Camera use. Switch. The contents of the image may be used to understand your location and provide a more relevant answer.
I hope
Learn
I
more
don't
in the
have
privacy
this too fast for you guys to understand. I just realized I probably should have slowed down the rate, but then this would even been longer. But basically,
On. The contents of the image may be used to understand your location and provide a more relevant.
that's just
Learn more in
saying the
privacy
contents may be used to understand where you're located, like if you take a photo.
Learn more in the privacy notice. Language and voice button.
And then you can learn more about that. And then it talks about language and voice.
Cellular updates button.
Cellular updates, like if you want it to be able to update while you're not using data.
Updates are required when you choose a new language or voice. Home tab. Gallery,
Okay, so
tab.
now we're back to these four main tabs: home,
AI responses,
gallery,
tab.
AI responses,
Settings, tab.
and
AI selected settings tab.
settings. And so
Back button.
now we'll hit to the back button
Back button.
again.
Ray-Ban meta settings heading. Your glasses button. Ray-Ban your glasses private Meta AI button.
Meta AI
Audio button.
audio.
Back button. Audio heading.
So this is what you'll see after the Meta AI button that we were just in.
Back audio heading.
Here's what's in the audio. I double tapped on
Auto
that,
pause, heading.
and
Pauses audio when you remove your glasses.
it just means like if you're listening to music or something, if you take off your glasses, it will pause it.
On auto pause switch. Home
Auto
tab.
pause is on.
On home tab. Gallery.
And back, basically that's all that's in audio.
AI selected.
So that then you hear those four tabs
Back
again. And then if you swipe again, you'll be at the back button, which is like at the beginning of each screen. You'll see the back button in the app, and so that
Back
means
button.
we'll go back.
Ray-Ban meta settings. Your
And
glasses button.
so your glasses,
Glasses privacy.
privacy
Meta AI
did
button.
that. Meta AI did
Audio
that.
button.
Audio did
Camera
that.
button.
Next is camera.
Back button.
In
Camera,
there
heading. Media quality check heading.
is where
Alerts you when your photos are blurry or something like your hair blocks what you capture.
it alerts you when there's hair or something in front of the camera, so that's turned on.
On media quality video length button.
That's called media quality, and then there's a video length button, which you can tap into to set the length of your video. Let me see what time it is really quick. Okay. Wow. I'll have to draw this to a close pretty soon here, but
On video length button.
yeah, I have mine set to the maximum, which is 3 minutes. So when you take a video, you can, that's how long it will record before it stops, unless you choose to stop it sooner, of course.
Home tab. Gallery. AI
So that's
settings,
basically
tab.
all that's in there.
Back button.
Get the back button
Back
again.
button. Ray-Ban your glasses privacy. Meta AI button. Audio button. Camera button.
Audio,
Communication
camera,
button.
communication is next, and that
Back
is
button.
where you set up your
Communicate hands free.
um
Calling and messaging heading.
your calling and messaging.
Your phone. Carrier charges may apply. Connected.
Like setting up your phone, setting up Facebook or Messenger or
Messenger.
WhatsApp
WhatsApp.
or
Connected.
Instagram.
Heading. Instagram. Add to your
And you don't have to connect all of those.
Connect
Like
Instagram
I
button.
think I just have my phone with where I can call my contacts and stuff, and Messenger and WhatsApp.
Facebook. Connected.
Okay.
Back button. Communication heading. Back button.
Back button.
Back button. Ray-Ban your glasses Meta AI. Audio button. Camera. Communication. Amazon Music button.
Okay, and then next is where your various music options, like you can set up Amazon Music
Calm button.
or something called Calm, which is more like meditation.
Spotify button.
Spotify.
Home tab.
Okay, so
Gallery.
that
AI
is
selected.
all.
Settings tab. Back button. Ray-Ban meta settings.
Um,
Glasses privacy button. Meta AI button. Glasses privacy. Your Ray-Ban meta settings heading. Back button.
Okay, so all of this was in the Ray-Ban Meta
Ray-Ban
settings.
back button.
Now I'm gonna hit the back
Search
button.
button. Settings heading. Device settings. Add device button. Ray-Ban meta Skylar connected.
Okay,
Glasses battery
so
100%.
there's add device, like if you want to add another pair of glasses, and then
Find your glasses. Make sure
I
it's
just
on.
did my Skylar settings.
Need help button. Notifications button.
But then there
Gallery
are notifications,
Notification gallery button.
settings, then gallery settings,
Wi-Fi button.
Wi-Fi. I'm kind of going through these in more of a hurry because once your initial setup is done, you don't have to really worry about it anymore, but this is for like you have to initially set up your Wi-Fi connection on the glasses for like when you're at home, so it'll automatically connect to that because that's how it will then update and stuff like that when they're in their case, because it doesn't do it when it's just on cellular data unless you tell it to. So that's why you want your Wi-Fi normally if you're just at home or whatever. So you have to pair it to your network.
Gallery button. Wi-Fi. Help and support button.
Help and support.
Data and privacy button.
Data and privacy, which is different than the privacy we were on earlier, but that was all under my Skylar settings or for my particular glasses. This is more of a general one.
App info button. Legal and safety button.
App info, which tells like your version and stuff like that, and
App info. Legal and safety
legal
button.
and safety.
Early access button.
Early access, which if you, I mean, I think there's so many people already wanting early access, like to be in a beta version, so it's probably very unlikely that you would get chosen as that, but the option is there. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a more in-depth video of some of these other things.
Account button.
Account, like your Meta account.
Home tab.
And so, yeah, I should probably just do a factory reset on my glasses one of these days and walk through it step by step. If enough of you really would want that, you'll let me know in the comments, please.
Account, early legal and data and
but
Wi-Fi button.
This just gives you a general overview, and I spent most of my time in the actual settings of the glasses,
Gallery button.
not these more general
Notifications
settings.
button.
Let me see how much time I have left.
Gallery button. Wi-Fi button.
So, like in the gallery, for example,
Back button. Gallery auto import on. Auto import
yeah,
media.
I want auto import on. So, like if the glasses are in their case, they will automatically start importing, which they don't always do. I still have to go to my MetaView app in the gallery a lot of times and double tap on my phone to get it to start auto importing.
Make sure your glasses are turned on. Charging case and connected to Wi-Fi. Auto delete media copies. Heading. Automatically delete media from MetaView.
And then you can set it to automatically delete copies if you want.
Home tab.
And I can also do video at some point on how I actually for my YouTube channel put the videos in OneDrive, because there's several options in the gallery for where you want your videos to upload to, like Dropbox or Messenger or etc. And fortunately OneDrive is one of the options, so that's usually what I do, because then I can manipulate them from my computer, which I prefer to do instead of doing everything on my phone.
AI responses. Selected. Settings tab.
And so that is what is in the
Back
gallery
button.
settings.
Gallery back button.
And hit the back
Search
button.
Settings. Notifications. Gallery button. Notifications button.
Well, that we skipped notifications. Let's see
Back
what's in that real quick.
Push emails from Meta. Heading. Get messages about smart on. Emails from Meta.
Switch. Yeah, and like
tab.
this just tells do you want to get emails, and
Home tab. Gallery.
that's about all that's in there.
Back
It looks
button.
like so.
Notifications. Heading. Back button.
I'm gonna hit the back
Search
button.
Settings.
So
Heading. Notifications button.
notifications, gallery,
Wi-Fi button.
Wi-Fi. What's in
Back
there?
button.
Real quick?
Wi-Fi. Add a network to import media and install glasses updates.
Okay,
automatically.
yeah, you can add a network. So like when I'm out at my ranch, for example, I'll have that one in there as well.
Save networks. Heading. Television.
And it tells what my
Home,
saved
gallery,
networks
tab,
are,
home, tab,
and
gallery,
that's
AI
about
selected,
all that's
settings,
in there.
AI responses tab. Selected. Settings tab. Back button.
So I hit the
Search.
back
Settings.
button.
Notification. Gallery button. Wi-Fi button. Help and support button.
Help and support. I won't bother to go there. Well, maybe I will, because I
Back
think that's where you
button.
can.
Help center button. Ray-Ban support button.
Yeah,
Submit
there's a
report
help
button.
center,
Ray-Ban submit a report button. Shake
and
phone
you
to report
can
problem.
submit
Heading.
a report,
button.
and then you can set it to shake your phone, which I think that's already the default to submit, which is very useful. If something goes wrong or you have a suggestion, you can just shake your phone while you're in the MetaView app, and then you can submit a report to Meta about it.
Shake phone to report a problem. Heading. Shaking your phone will open on. Shake phone to report a problem. Home tab.
And
Gallery.
that's turned
AI
on by default.
Back button. Search button. Settings. Notification. Gallery. Wi-Fi. Help and support. Data and privacy. App info.
Okay, then there's data and privacy.
Data and manage your information. Share additional data. Heading.
Manage your information. You can share additional information if you
Share
want
data about how you use your app and glasses to help improve your experience. On. Share
to
additional data.
improve the
Switch.
experience and make it even better for others and whatnot.
Home
or make it better for future updates. So I usually share all that kind of stuff.
AI response selected. Settings tab.
And